Zobaczmy, tylko Jensen coś nudzi. Nie wiem, kogoś to obchodzi. Macie pieniądze na te karty? Kurde, zrywa połączenie, nie wiem czemu. Jestem na kablu.
Let me tell you how we did it. We introduced the programmable shading GPU nearly a quarter of a century ago. GPUs revolutionized 3D graphics and created a medium with an infinite palette for artists. At SIGGRAPH 2018, we launched Nvidia Rtx,
O, fajna
a
gra,
new
pa.
GPU architecture that extended programmable shaders with two new processors. RT cores accelerate real-time ray tracing. Tensor cores process matrix operations central to deep learning. RTX opened a new frontier for computer scientists, and a flood of new algorithms have appeared. A new era of RTX neural rendering has started. Today, we're announcing Ada Lovelace, our third generation RTX. One Ada GPU powers Racer X. This generation is named after mathematician Ada Lovelace, who is often regarded as the world's first computer programmer.
Gdzie jest Kłodowska?
Nvidia engineers worked closely with TSMC to create the 4N process,
Banach powinni
optimized for GPUs.
nazwać.
This process lets us integrate 76 billion transistors and over 18,000 CUDA cores, 70% more than the Ampere generation. Ada evolves all three RTX processors. First, a new streaming multiprocessor with 90 teraflops, over 2 times the previous generation. Ada's SM includes a major new technology called shader execution reordering, which reschedules work
Gdzie
on the
server
fly,
meshing? Moment.
giving a 2 to 3 times speed up for ray tracing. SCR is as big an innovation as out-of-order execution.
Kupiłem
was for
sobie żarówkę
CPUs.
LEDową swoją drogą.
Second,
Czy
a new
zwykłą,
RT
białą.
core with twice the ray triangle intersection throughput, and 2 important new hardware units. A new opacity micromap engine speeds up ray tracing of alpha test geometry by a factor of 2 times. And a new micromesh engine which increases geometric richness without the BVH build and storage cost. And third, a new tensor core with the Hopper FP8 transformer
Okay.
engine
Mam
and
światełko.
1.4 petaflops
Fajne, jasne.
of tensor processing. Raw ray tracing horsepower is not enough to ensure high
1155
frame
lumenów.
rates. Ray tracing is
12
notoriously
watów.
hard to paralyze because rays bounce in every
Poprzednia żarówka
direction
miała
and intersect
40.
surfaces of
Była
various
stara.
types. GPUs are highly parallel and most efficient when processing similar work at the same time.
Czyli pytał o pogodę.
Ray tracing
A, może
workloads
być.
lead to different threads processing different shaders or accessing memory that is hard to coalesce or cache.
Tego słowa nie rozumiem. Koal to węgiel.
Shader execution reordering
Ser, jest.
SCR
Mamy to.
improves execution efficiency by rescheduling shading workloads on the fly to better utilize the GPU resources. We're seeing up to 2 to 3 times increase in ray tracing and 25% in overall game performance. Like accelerated computing, computer graphics is a full stack challenge. Breakthroughs require innovation in architecture and design, as well as algorithms. For example, NVIDIA's RTX Gi uses ray tracing to do real-time multi-bounce indirect lighting. RTX Di uses ray tracing to do direct illumination from millions of lights, casting shadows from all lights. RTX Di is used for emissive surfaces, such as billboards, TV screens, neon tubes. NVIDIA real-time denoisers is a spatial temporal denoising technique that takes an incomplete ray-traced image and infers the ground truth, reducing the number of rays needed. And DLSS, Deep Learning Super Resolution, is one of our greatest achievements.
TLSR to by było.
Ray tracing requires insane amounts of computation.
Źle rozwinął skrót.
Each frame of a CGI movie takes hours to render. We want to do this in real time. NVIDIA RTX opened the world to real-time ray tracing. RT cores do BVH traversal and ray triangle intersection testing, which saves the SMs from spending thousands of instructions on each ray. But even with RT cores, frame rates were too low for games. We needed another breakthrough. Enter deep learning.
Nie.
DLSS uses a convolutional autoencoder AI model and takes the low-resolution current frame and the high-resolution previous frame to predict on a pixel-by-pixel basis a high-resolution current frame. The AI model is trained to predict an ultra-high-resolution 16K reference image. The difference between the predicted and reference image is used to train the neural network. The process is repeated tens of thousands of times until the network can predict a high-quality image. Ada introduces DLSS 3, a new AI that generates entirely new frames rather than just pixels. DLSS 3 has 4 components: a new optical flow accelerator, game engine motion vectors.
On podaje cenę na końcu, czy tylko mówi, że są nowe karty? Oglądam tylko dla was. To jest takie, żeby sobie poczytać na papierze.
DLSS 3 processes the new frame and the prior frame to discover how the scene is changing, then fed into a neural network that generates the intermediate frames. DLSS 3 generates entirely new frames.
Nie wiem, kurde, coś zrywa, tylko teraz sprawdzam jak często.
Boosting game performance by up to 4 times over brute force rendering.
Zrywa połączenie, ale tak bez sensu, nie mam żadnych strat. Tak jakby tuba coś robiła.
It benefits both GPU and CPU limited games. For CPU limited games, like physics heavy or large world games, DLSS 3 allows the Ada GPU to render the game at a much higher frame rate than the CPU is able to compute the game. DLSS 3 is one of our greatest neural rendering inventions. Here is Cyberpunk 2077, shown in all new max ray tracing mode with SCR and DLSS 3. Pushing the state-of-the-art graphics into the future takes an incredible amount of computational horsepower. In a modern game like Cyberpunk, we run over 600 ray tracing calculations for every pixel just to determine the lighting. That's a 16 times increase from the time we first introduced real-time ray tracing 4 years ago. Yet the number of transistors we have available in a GPU to do these calculations have not increased at that rate. That's the power
Strata
of
czasu oglądania
RTX.
tego.
We can deliver a 16 times increase in 4 years with artificial intelligence. Some pixels are calculated, most are predicted. Let's enjoy Microsoft Flight Simulator, a game that is CPU limited because of the realistic physics and the giant worlds. It is one of the longest running franchises. This is Flight Sim's 40th anniversary. With Ada and DLSS 3, Flight Simulator is silky smooth.
Aha, RTX. RTX to nie jest Ray Tracing, to jest DLSS. Masakruje. Dam głośniej, patrzcie. Ciekawe, kiedy wyjdzie ta aktualizacja.
I'm thrilled to announce Portal RTX. Nvidia Lightspeed Studios used Omniverse to remaster one of the most celebrated games in history. Portal was developed by Valve and released in 2007. It was GDC's Game of the Year and exhibited at the Smithsonian. Portal RTX is both nostalgic and futuristic at the same time. Let's take a look.
This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, huge success. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead.
Center regrets to inform you that this next test is impossible. What are you doing? Stop it.
Portal with RTX is a mod. We did it with Omniverse. Modding is a massive culture. Everyone is a creator. There are millions of modders. And
Ukradli
billions
gościowi
of mods
filmik?
are downloaded each year. In fact, 9 of the 10 most popular competitive games owe their existence to mods.
Mody to cheaty,
We
pamiętajcie.
created
Nie
an
słuchajcie go.
Omniverse application called RTX Remix for game modding. Start the game and capture the game into USD, which is loaded into Omniverse. Here, we're using Elder Scrolls Morrowind from Bethesda, one of the top modded games of all time. Once in RTX Remix, the AI-assisted toolset has deep learning models to up-res textures and assets, and an AI model to convert materials to have physically accurate properties. The rich Omniverse ecosystem of creative tools can then be used to enhance the game assets. When done, export the RTX mod pack
Gdzie Gothic?
and play the game with the RTX renderer.
Tak,
RTX Remix is incredible
Kret
and
RTX.
the most advanced game modding tool ever created. Portal RTX and RTX Remix will be available shortly after Ada launch.
Kiedy Ada zrobi lunch.
RTX neural rendering algorithms run on programmable shaders, RT cores, and tensor cores to create amazing images. The total
Pa, jakie
processing
duże.
throughput of Ada is a massive leap over the Ampere generation, and the performance shows.
A?
For rasterized games, Ada is up to 2 times
18
faster,
centymetrów i rośnie.
and it's 4 times faster for ray tracing.
Dokładnie, TVP im robiło
Ada
te
is
grafiki.
incredibly energy efficient. Over
dlatego-
twice the
dlatego
performance of
Kurskiego
single
zwolnili.
power compared to Ampere.
Kurski tam
You
poszedł
can
i pa.
really push Ada. We've overclocked Ada past 3 gigahertz in our labs. RTX reinvented
A
graphics.
gdzie ten ośpionowa?
Now Ada is paving the way for future games to be fully simulated worlds like Racer X. Today we're announcing our highly anticipated Nvidia Ada Lovelace GPU, the GeForce RTX 4090. Nvidia engineers push technologies on every front. New SM with shader execution reordering. New with opacity micromap and micro mesh engines.
New
New
co?
tensor core with FP8 transformer
Transformersy,
and
fajne
a pixel
roboty.
processing 300 TOPS optical flow accelerator for DLSS 3. Overall, 4 times more processing throughput.
Oj.
Compared to the world's reigning GPU champion, the 3090 Ti. 4090 is 2 times faster on Microsoft Flight Simulator, 3 times faster on Portal
I
RTX,
półtora faster na Gothicu.
and 4 times faster on Racer X. The GeForce RTX 4090, the new heavyweight champ, is $1599.
To jest w dolarach czy w
Available
złotych?
October 12th. The GeForce
October
RTX
12th.
4080 comes in 16 gigabyte and 12 gigabyte versions. 4080 is 3 times the performance of
Rublach,
3080 Ti on Racer X. 4080 starts at $899. The best gaming platform in the world just got better. Our 30 series, starting at $329, are the best GPUs in the world serving mainstream gamers. RTX 4090 and RTX 4080 GPUs, starting at $899, deliver the ultimate performance to enthusiasts.
Not for
The
biedaks.
Ada Lovelace generation advances all 3 RTX processors, the engines of neural rendering. Ada is a quantum leap for gamers and paves the way for creators of fully simulated worlds like Omniverse. Welcome to the Omniverse. The next evolution of the internet, called the metaverse, will be extended with 3D. Today's internet connects websites described in HTML and viewed through a browser.
Zaczyna się.
The metaverse, the 3D internet, connects virtual 3D worlds described in USD and viewed through a simulation.
USD to jest United States Dollar,
Omniverse is a
tak?
platform for building and operating metaverse applications. Omniverse is useful wherever digital and physical worlds meet. One of the most essential
Oni to
uses
nagrywali z
of
pół roku temu, jak jeszcze NFT było na topie.
the next wave of AI, where AI interacts with the physical world. Omniverse is like nothing ever built. Omniverse is a real-time, large-scale 3D database. It is a shared 3D world. Omniverse is a network built on USD. It connects 3D worlds. Omniverse is a computing platform. You can write applications that run on Omniverse. These applications are like portals into the Omniverse virtual world. We've written some Omniverse applications like Create and View for collaboration, Replicator for synthetic data generation, and IsaacSim and DriveSim for digital twin simulations. We are releasing a major update to Omniverse. Support for Ada Lovelace GPUs with a giant leap in ray tracing and large scene performance. New GAN-based and diffusion model-based neural rendering tools. Omnigraph is a graph execution engine to procedurally control behavior.
Czekam aż skończy, gramy StarCrafta, tyle. Nie chcę mi się tego słuchać, sorry.
Of Omniverse physics to process kinematics of complex multi-part objects. New Cloud XR.
Ten ptak to jest jakiś projekt gościa do kupienia do druku 3D, z tego co pamiętam. Albo bardzo podobny był.
Asset library for synthetic data generation and digital twin simulations. One of the most popular
Digital twin, Jarek se kupi to.
is Replicator, which is used to generate synthetic data to train self-driving cars, robots, and all kinds of computer vision models. New Omniverse JT connector. This is big. Siemens invented JT, the industry standard language for
StarCraft
product
RTX.
lifecycle
Oh.
management and the interoperability format of CAD systems like NX, Creo, CATIA, an inventor. The JT connector opens the industrial and manufacturing worlds to Omniverse. Omniverse is an enterprise platform that is useful from the beginning of design and styling through
Korzystacie z
engineering and
Omniversu
manufacturing,
już?
marketing to operations, the entire product lifecycle. At the core of making movies or games, building cars or any consumer product, or building and operating factories and warehouses is a super complex 3D pipeline. Let's take a look at the creative and design process. Many specialized tools are used by expert designers, artists, and engineers working in different teams, organizations, or geographies, passing work around. Different data formats are stored all over the company. A visual effects pipeline can use 5 to 7 tools. Each specializes in a certain aspect of the workflow.
Dobra,
such as
słuchamy go, on nic nie powie
modeling,
mądrego, mi się wydaje.
or simulations.
Ceny znamy, karty znamy, będą 2 nowe gry wykorzystujące ray tracing. Na jedną generację są 2 gry kart. Teraz gada jakiś tam dla nerdów, no nawet nie, no nikogo nie obchodzi teraz. Body tracking, Podali jakie to gry? Gry. Będzie tak, mod do... jak to się nazywa? Do portala. Racer X, czyli samochodziki się ścigają. Coś tam jeszcze było chyba.
These Omniverse capabilities are valuable to nearly every industry. Nvidia Racer X was created by 30 artists using 11 tools, collaborating across 12 time zones, and done in only 3 months. The team used Omniverse to connect and
To jest
collaborate
Racer Rtx, to jakaś
with a
ich
custom
gra.
3D pipeline
Ty
to
moment.
orchestrate and manage their work. The architectural design process commonly uses apps like Revit, Rhino, SketchUp, ArchiCAD, and 3ds.
Gdzie Blender?
KPF, an award-winning architectural design firm, connects architects, designers, and clients in Omniverse.
Był?
Clients can
Okej, przepraszam,
progress
przepraszam, nie musiałem przegapić.
interacting with a full fidelity and photorealistically rendered model. Auto and other physical product makers commonly use Siemens, Autodesk, Ansys, and PTC tools. GM is creating a digital twin of their Michigan
Digital
design
twin.
studio in Omniverse,
Jest.
where designers, engineers, and marketers can collaborate. Omniverse gives them a single
Ten
source of
znaszek
truth
znam.
that is physically simulated and faithfully rendered. Omniverse is a virtual world used to
Jezu,
design,
pół godziny
build,
nudzenia.
and operate things in the physical world. In the future, everything made will have a digital twin used by the makers to emulate the behavior and performance of a product in the physical world. No physical product operated by software can be deployed in large numbers without testing the software on its digital twin. Let me give you some examples.
No.
Telcos will deploy millions of 5G microcells
O Jezu, szury szaleją.
over the next 5 years, optimizing the placement
Będą-
and operations of
Będą
millions of
chcieli
cell
zabić
towers
Jensena
can
zaraz.
save billions for the 2 trillion
Panie Jensenie, nie!
industry. Charter, a $50 billion telecommunications provider, and Heavy AI, a super cool interactive data analytics platform company, are using Omniverse to create digital twins of their 4 and 5G networks at metro and nationwide scale.
Dokładnie, nie
Heavy
chcemy
AI
raka.
uses Omniverse to combine multi-billion point LiDAR scans, satellite imagery, buildings, trees, and surroundings, and their RF propagation model to simulate the performance of Charter's network in real time.
Segmentation legend.
Lowe's is one of the world's largest home improvement retailers, with over 2,000 stores and 300,000 retail associates. Lowe's is using Omniverse to design, build, and operate digital twins of their stores to optimize operations and enhance the shopping
Digital
experience.
żabka, nie mogę się doczekać.
And with the amazing Magic Leap 2 headset connected to Omniverse, associates can enter a mixed physical and Omniverse world to explore new store designs. The $300 billion global railroad market helps move the world, a critical part of the global supply chain. Deutsche Bahn the National Railway Company of Germany.
Nie wiem,
uses
Für Deutschland
Omniverse
jest,
to
moment.
build and operate a digital twin of 5,700 stations and 33,000 kilometers of track. Omniverse is also used to train AI models that can continuously monitor the railways and trains and recognize hazards and situations
Nie,
that can affect network operations. Deutsche Bahn
jak pewnie ludzik wchodzi, to
expects
przyspieszenie się
the
włącza w
efficiency of the
pociągu.
railway and reduce its carbon footprint without building new tracks. Each of these stories are amazing. Be sure to check out their videos
It's amazing.
on the Nvidia homepage. There are many great examples of how companies use
Tak, rozpoznaje Polaków na torach.
factories,
I wtedy...
logistics warehouses, automated manufacturing lines, and industrial plants. Let's take a look.
Jezu, nie, dobra, nie kończymy. To jest jakaś... Dzisiaj nie gadał długo, nie? Z pół roku, rok nie gadał? Musi się wygadać. Pa, jak jeżdżą samochody. Pociągi, przepraszam. Tak, słońce. Kamień na torach. Te palety to ciekawe skąd. Dobra, to sobie tam obejrzymy. No to jest fajne, nie? Co tam ludzie... Ktoś to w ogóle jest komentarz? Ty. Jesteś z pierwszym fanem. Co, ja tylko sam oglądam? Nie, ktoś ogląda, dobra. Zobacz, co w StarCrafcie idzie. Co się stało w StarCrafcie? Musiałem się zalogować, moment, zapomniałem się zalogować. Rush Command, powrót Abradaba. Satisfactory ma ponad gigabajtową aktualizację. Łamanie statków i V-Rising dostało nawet aktualizację, czyli coś tam wspiera. Kiedy będą fajne gry? Porcupine, co byś chciał? Mam StarCrafta. Porcupine, wiesz na co czekam? Na grę... Zobaczmy, czy już jest 3.18. Może Evocati dostać, powiem. Kiedy będzie. Chyba nie ma jeszcze. Ale zaktualizuje się. Nie ma. Jesteśmy skazani na oglądanie tego chwilowo.
Connections to Omniverse are growing fast. There are already 150 connectors to Omniverse. These are the tools and platforms used by the world's $100 trillion industries. These connectors open Omniverse to companies that span the largest industries, from retail, transportation, telecommunications, manufacturing, media and entertainment.
Dobra, on już nudzi. To jest już dla tych mądrych ludzi jakieś.
Supply chain and logistics. Here are some examples of companies who are using Omniverse to connect their teams, visualize their data in full fidelity, generate synthetic data to train AI models.
A, to sobie obejrzymy później.
Digital twins. Omniverse is a new computing
Omniverse.
platform and requires a new computer
A, to
system.
nie mam. Mam
There are
stary.
three elements to the Omniverse computer.
Czekaj, coś Mateusz wrzuca. E-Faktoria. Co to się dzieje? Co to jest? Coś, jakieś wezwanie do mnie? O, wystraszyłem się, okej, Jezu. Wystraszyłem się, że że znowu coś dojechali mnie. Oj. Uff. Czekaj, znikł do jadisko? Żeby nagłośnić, to zaraz będzie to już jest na wykopie pewnie, tak? Czyli nie dowiedzieliście się tego stąd, tylko pewnie z Reddita albo z jakiejś innej strony. Patrzcie na to, wydajność. Zwykła tandetna karta dla biedaków, RTX 380, jakieś marne 6000 zł, to jest gówno. To jest po prostu nic. Patrz. Jak masz 16 giga, to w ogóle 12 też jest do dupy. 16 jakie duże, patrz. Warhammer Dark Tide. To jeszcze nie wyszło, ale patrz. Już teraz, nawet jak jest ten build taki testowy z podpiętym z tym softem do telemetrii, to już padak ciągnie. A dorzucisz tylko 4 GB RAMu i 2 razy więcej czegoś tam. 1, 2, 3. Więc co to oznacza? Cyberpunk, ulubiona gra Polaków? To już w ogóle nie ma co mówić. Mówicie, że się nie rozwija, patrz. Na starej karcie nie działa, ale Next Gen Patch sprawia, że jest takie mocne. Co to jest wydajność 1x? Są tak strategie, są strategie 4x. To jest strategia 3x. Tylko w sumie jak się liczy od zera, to jest tutaj jest przesunięcie. Jest 1x, 2x, 3, 4x. Okay? Patrz, hiperszybka ray tracing. Tego jestem ciekaw. Jestem też, nie pamiętam jednej rzeczy, jak jest Quake RTX. Czy to już działa na AMD? Bo chyba były jakieś aktualizacje. Aktualizacja 1.6. Czekaj, jest wulkanowy renderer. Więc powinno działać u AMD-ków, co jest fajne i poczciwe. Buildy dla procesorów ARM-owych i tak dalej. Jakie gry jutro? Jutro na karty społecznościowe na pewno. Jeszcze wracając. Oparty na SI to sztuczna inteligencja. Do tej pory trzymali małpy w klatkach i one to ogarniały. Teraz już mają roboty. Patrz. To jest filmik, tam z muzyką. Pa. 22 klatki na jakimś tandetnym RTX-ie 380. Ciekawe, czy Jensensonowi się podobał Cyberpunk? Że tak ten... Jedyna gra, która jakoś wygląda nawet. Patrz, teraz najlepsze narzędzia. Studio. Wykorzystuje... No, podobno jest, no. Strumieniowanie jak z marzeń. Broadcast. Testerka diet. Omniverse. To trzeba sprawdzić jakiś tam ten. Canvas. Sprawdź, czy Doom RTX działa z ray tracingiem na Steam Decku. Mogę sprawdzić. Ansel. Rzeczywistość wirtualna. Najbardziej płynne i wciągające wrażenie w rzeczywistości wirtualnej. Zanurz się w VR. Zanurzam się w VR i co? I nic. Fajnie, fajnie. Czy dostanę nowy RTX? Nie wiem, nic. Pewnie nie mam jej na liście, bo nie mam konta, nie mam kanału na Twitchu, tak?